Hi guys, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Bit of a funny old week on the track. Sort of had a few horses that we sort of took to Evan Town and thought they were good chances, but they struck sort of heavy tracks and unfortunately it sort of fanned a few of them out. Yeah, just try and, I know it's hard, but try and get them on a bit firmer surface this time of year, even just a soft track, not just those bog heavy tracks. But horses that raced well through the week, I thought Young Hostess was really good at Swan Hill. She's sort of, that's a pretty good grade. I know Ziggy won that race last year, but I thought it was a lot stronger addition this year, and she acquitted herself well. She seems to have pulled up well, and I think there's actually a race in Adelaide for her next week. So if she has a good week, then yeah, we'll try and get her to Adelaide next week. Also another horse, I don't know, in the form guide it probably reads that he runs 6, but I thought Foxy Star actually ran pretty good. He sort of sweating on the run about the 200, and I think if he would have got the run, he would have been right in the finish. So although the form guide reads he ran 6, he's probably a horse that is certainly on that synthetic to keep an eye out for next start. Runners this week, we'll go with Come Along Jeffrey on Friday at Geelong. Obviously we're going to get a pretty wet track, so I think he's probably going to need the run, and even second up he might be a little bit vulnerable, but I think the form around him last prep was really good, so he's certainly above maiden grade, and I think he can win a maiden, he'll win too. So yeah, keen to get him to the races at Geelong, but he'll certainly need the run, and he'll certainly improve on what he does on Friday at Geelong. We'll take Typically Brazen to Geelong on Friday. She's a horse that unfortunately she keeps running a stack of thirds. She's trying really hard, she's doing her best, just keeps finding a couple better. But we'll go to Geelong up to the 1700 on a heavy track, so that's obviously a little bit of a question mark. It'll be sort of run almost like a 2,000 metre race. So she's drawn Gap Barrier 1, so she'll be drawn to do no work. So hopefully she can yeah, run a bit of a cheeky race on Friday at Geelong. We'll take Zig to Flemington on Saturday, 2,500 metres, Flemington. Probably get a bit of give in the track, 53 kilos with Tio on board, so a lot of ticks in the boxes. He obviously goes great at Flemington. Although he hasn't won there, he's put in some mighty performances there behind some pretty handy ones. So unfortunately, just sort of his last gallop going into last Saturday, he just pulled up a little bit average. It wasn't much at all, but we'll always look after him, and we thought he'd save him for this Saturday. His work on Tuesday was super. His work today again was repeated that, and yeah, he's ready to rock and roll for Saturday at Flemington. I'm really keen on his chances. Poor bugger probably deserves to win one of these Saturday races in town, and hopefully on Saturdays will be the day. Saturday at Donald, MAUSER. He's a horse that he's always competitive where he goes, because he always sort of puts himself on speed. He's probably, unfortunately, his track work is probably a bit better than what he takes to the races, but just changed a few things around with his diet and just the way we're working here at the farm. So hopefully, I think he'll probably still need the run first up, but I think sort of second up, he'll be ready to rock and roll, and yeah, look forward to getting his prep started at Donald on Saturday. Another horse having its first up run on Saturday is Halo Bell at Donald. She won really well at Swan Hill over the 975 last prep. She's probably a horse that we don't train conventionally here at the farm. We sort of do things a little different with her, but traditionally she sort of always needed that run first up, even though she's a sprinting horse. But yeah, I think she's working up really well. She tried up really nicely, so I think whatever she does on Saturday at Donald, she'll improve on second up. We'll kick off DEVILEARS campaign at Saturday at Donald. He's a horse that he's probably about a 2,000 metre horse and beyond, but yeah, I think his work here at the farm certainly grown and matured up a fair bit. He's no, just certainly the girths and things like that where we put on him are certainly a lot bigger than last prep. So, and even just the riders, they say he feels a lot bigger than what he was last time in. So hopefully that can translate to him performing a little bit better at the races. He's a horse that just sort of, he probably let us down a bit at the races, because his work here at the farm is pretty good, and it's certainly work that you go to the races and you're confident the horses will run really well. But hopefully it was just a bit of immaturity, and this time he's matured up, he's grown up, and he can take that to the races. Take LUCAMOUR to Donald on Saturday. He won really well first up at Geelong. His second up run at Caston was really good. He hit the line really strongly. We just thought he just got a little bit keen in the run, so we just took the gear off him just to see if we could get him to relax a little. And unfortunately, he probably relaxed a little bit too much, and he sort of just followed him around. So we put the gear back on him, dropped back to 0 to 58 grade. I think that's certainly a big plus, 64 grade, especially like on his second up run. He only got beaten a couple of lengths. So dropping back to 0 to 58 grade, huge drop back in grade. If he can repeat his runs first and second up, I think he'd be a good chance. He's top weight, so yeah, a lot of ticks in the boxes. Just hopefully just putting the gear back on him will certainly do the trick with him. We'll take GROOVY Baby to Donald also on Saturday, 1350 maiden. Horse, he's a real finicky sort of eater, so we've just sort of thrown him outside into one of these yards, and yeah, he seems to be coping with life really well out here. Certainly helped his diet and things like that, and yeah, his work's quite sharp for a horse that's probably going to get over a lot more ground. He's a 5-year-old, so he's had plenty of time to sort of grow up and mature and things like that, and hopefully it sort of can pay dividends for the owners this prep. G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse is a horse called Come Along Jeffrey. I thought last prep, without winning, I thought he raced really good. There's a lot of form around the horses that he raced against. They've sort of gone on and won in town. It was a bit of a trick what distance to run out over, whether he was a get back 1,000 metre horse or he was sort of an on-speed sort of 1,200 metre, 1,400 metre horse. But he's been given a nice long spell. He's come back in. He's still pretty big in condition, so we'll use Friday at Geelong as a bit of a gallop for him. It's a pretty strong race. A lot of horses that have got a bit of a spruik on them that have tried up really well. So I think whatever he does on Friday he'll certainly improve on, and I think even second up he might still be a little bit vulnerable, so I think he's a horse to sort of look out for sort of third and fourth up. Whether he handles a heavy track at Geelong's also a question mark, but I think if he can go really well tomorrow I think he'll be in for a really good prep.
Hey guys, I've had a really quiet week this week. Haven't been riding too much, but I'm heading into the weekend quite busy. I'll head up to Donald on Saturday. Got 3 first starters for Jamie this time in. I've got DEVILEARS, GROOVY Baby and Halo Bell. They've all trialled up pretty well, so I'm looking forward to getting them to the races, and hopefully they'll go around and they seem like they're going to go really well. So I've got another ride there, which also should go pretty well as well for Calvin Burke. I'll then come back from Donald and head to Warrnambool on Sunday. We've got 2 nice little rides down there, so hopefully they'll go really quite nice as well. And then I'll head back up to Ballarat on Monday. I'll jump back on Monet again, so hopefully she'll be able to get out and clear running this time, and hopefully run home really well like she did last start. Just couldn't quite get there in the end, but overall I thought she ran really quite nicely. But yeah, busy little weekend for me this weekend, so hopefully we can get a winner out of those ones and keep the stable form going quite nicely. Until I see you guys next week, I'll see you later.
That's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Yeah, plenty happening. Obviously, a lot of horses racing at Donald, having their first up runs. So obviously keen to see how they go and what their preparations look like. Also, having couple having their first start. So see how their careers kick off. Zig will go to Flemington. I reckon he'll run a bit of cheeky race. Sort of already been a bit of early market support. So yeah, I think he'll run a real cheeky race as he always does at Flemington. Yeah, what a win Nature Strip was over in Ascot. He certainly held the Australian flag high, and hopefully the same horses on Saturday can do the same thing. I think it probably just shows how strong Australian racing is, especially our sprinting horses, that we can sort of hold it with the world stage, and yeah, and prove that Australian racing is as strong as anywhere. So until next week, see you later. Friday at Geelong, Come Along Jeffrey. He's going to come back out, or what are you doing? What's that? I'll just come inside so you can... Saturday, he's an absolute certainty. Whatever you've got, just load up. He won't get beat. Is that a bit more upbeat for you? You want that? His work today was great again, and there you go, mate. Going back to his food.